Ja, dann, sorry, dann starten wir mal mit Disco Elysium. Okay, kurz gucken hier. Sieht gut aus. Oh, na, hier. So. Ja, okay. So, es ist ein RPG, das heißt, wir dürfen eine Klasse aussuchen. Es sind 3 vorgefertigte. The Thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. Sensitive, very psychological, magnetic personality, but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Gucken mal schnell, wenn wir uns unseren eigenen Typen erstellen. Okay, so, was machen wir denn? Ich würde sagen... Ja, ich würde sagen, wir erstellen uns einen eigenen Typen. Intellect, raw brain power, how smart you are. Psyche, sensitivity, how emotionally intelligent you are. Den Anfang habe ich ein bisschen schon gespielt. Daher fand ich persönlich Psyche schon sehr interessant. Also da würde ich wahrscheinlich schon ein bisschen mehr Punkte rein tun, weil es schon ziemlich cool ist auf jeden Fall. Physique, your musculature, how strong you are, motorics, senses, how agile you are. Also ich spiele ja in solchen Dingen ganz gerne einen dummen Typen mit viel Charisma. Daher würde ich hauptsächlich in Psyche und Motorics Punkte reintun. Intellekt lassen wir auf 1. Physik machen wir auf 2. Psyche machen wir 5. Motorics machen wir 4. Ja. Dummer Typ, der aber irgendwie trotzdem gut durchkommt in seiner eigenen Welt. So, Signature. Da würde ich wahrscheinlich bei der Psyche bleiben. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Psych Base +5. Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams in waking life. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public, assert yourself. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. Ooh. Somewhere here. Ready, aim and fire. See, hear and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Quickest to react, an untouchable man. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panic. Master machines, pick locks and pockets. Straighten your back, keep your poker face. Take the blows, don't let the world kill you. Shrug off the pain, they'll have to hurt you more. Flex powerful muscles, enjoy healthy organs. Go to your party planet, love and be loved by drugs. Raise the hair on your neck, tune into the city, let the body take control, threaten people. Logic. Wield, draw intellectual power, deduce the world. Call upon all your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Understand creativity, see art in the world. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Ich glaube, ich nehme das. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams in waking life. Ja. Okay. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is in their address, ever the clearest water if deep enough can drown. Begin!
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was there about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a pool of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyssopelagic zone.
No, I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
Don't be naive, of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends.
Alright, nothing down to fuck all, borough.
Look, I'm tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Don't stop, keep singing, sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
You can take it, you're a champion. No, I'm not scared. I'm a champion.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help, someone. Cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Huh. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. You hear a jingle, keys are clinging in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Push them out. It says, whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There's a single key on the ring, the number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. Oh. Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. See the bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer and sweet liquors. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Really nothing? Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you are in, has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge oder so, of world-ending proportions. Wipe the mirror as you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror. Abort! You clearly have no thought. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with it. What's wrong? Where to even begin? There's the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. I'm sorry. Your nose. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. And it doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you. At least my tongue is okay. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Wipe the mirror. Behold! Ah! You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Of course I do. It's, is it some kind of superstar? I think I'm a superstar. It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. But wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? I think it might be because I'm a superstar. Please stop, it's horrible. You're scaring yourself. No, this is what superstars do. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? Superstardom? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here, it looks like a cadaverous spasm. Check for pulse. Erfahrung. You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now. White check, you may retry. Also hier bräuchte ich Enzyklopädie 13. Und hier Electrochemistry 18. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression and attempt to stop the expression from happening. Na, wenn es weiß ist, können wir es ja eh nochmal probieren. Also, probieren wir mal. Check Failure 1-1. Kritischer Failure, nice. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. Electrochemistry, attempt to stop the expression. It's too late, like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It will take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it. Let the mirror be for now. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. 50%. Grab the tie. Yeah! You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. Ah. Brauche ich noch meinen anderen Schuh. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Assess the damage. Yeah. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. Did I break it with my own hands? Look at them. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. What did this then? More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in up. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. Assess the size. This is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. Maybe it wasn't me. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? I don't need it. I don't need anyone! The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly. Oh. Something on the table. Geld. Okay. Smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Gust of briny wind washes over you. Secret task. There they both are, two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. How do they fit? Good. They are balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Sehr schön. März. Year is 51.
Hello, officer.
What? Officer? Was? Klasie, Miss Oranje Disco Dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. Wait, I know I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? The young woman shakes her head slowly. Okay, Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir?
She looks you in the eye. Goddamn right, I'm a policeman, and don't you forget it.
Okay, cool. I won't.
Good. She means it. She wouldn't defy authority, however sweaty and bloated it may look. No need to be alarmed. I was just getting into character, you know.
Okay.
She breathes in the silvery smoke. How did you know I'm a police officer?
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, as you put it.
And what business is that?
I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Huh. Red check cannot be retried. 58%. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Could it be because of the drinking? She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles. She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age. Only right mind would let me be an officer of the law. Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Actually, I can see why they would entrust me with the law. I have the right character. Fondness for contradictory statements. This is your morning cigarette. I deduced this from your lack of makeup. Also, you party a lot. Not as much as you. She pulls on her cigarette. I'm sorry, sir. Didn't mean to be glib. I'm sure you're very good at your job. Ooh, hi. Goddamn right, I'm a policeman. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Yes! Try the expression. Come on. Why are you still doing this? I'm in death's door, bloated, a goner, and still. Does the longing ever stop? Alcohol raises your testosterone levels, especially in men. She says matter-of-factly. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural. She puts out her cigarette. Moment, what? Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. Before you go, I have some questions for you. Yes. Your room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night? There was the usual ruckus. She shrugs. Loud disco music. Did I have any visitors? I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. She nods toward room 3. Loud disco music. Oh, yes, various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you. Oh, we're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, she sings. But we go on. It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it? It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. What happened? A slow sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it. Was I singing this? The empty case of the smallest church in Saint Cyan? Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. Then also, what else? That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we are alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. When you say wounded, do you mean that in a cool way? Like a wild beast? Yes, it was very cool. Then what happened? Then you started screaming and trashed the place. That's so me. What did I do? A window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped. And furniture too, a real destructathon. There was screaming, then I think you passed out. It prides me to hear this. Tell me there was more. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. She nods, and that was it. What is this place? Where am I? You're in a hostel, sir. No, where are we? Where in the world? We are in Revacall. Oder so. Should that mean something to me? You sure look like you're from Revacall parties. Tell me, is it 51 now? It's 51. What century? The current century. And that's what number? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names, and this is the current one. How many centuries have there been then? Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. She grins. What's so funny? You're right. Her expression turns serious. There's nothing funny about civilization. Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. Still smoking. Knock. No answer. You hear the shower being turned on somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. The door does not care. The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming very tighter and tighter around your neck. Knock again. Still no answer. Knock again, much harder. Try the handle. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Okay. It's the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. Soul is immense. Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. This goes well with a theory I'm developing. That I'm a down on my luck superstar person. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. What should I sing when it comes to it? You should sing the sad small church song from the tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Of course, they really get a gauge on my soul with that one. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic small church song. Who's laughing now? No one! You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. Got it. The cafeteria manager. Man is in his late 20s stands behind the counter inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he is purposefully ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. I sense you're not a fan of mine.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Yeah. So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero.
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
Yeah. What did I do?
What did you not do? First, you took the body down. Then you solved the murder. Then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Stimmen können ein bisschen lauter sein. I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer.
Oh, it's not?
He raises his shoulders like he's about to say something more, but then gets a hold of himself.
Right. It's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you are a representative of that law. He tries to avoid outright conflict. Look at the stuffed bird. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and the brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Small engraved steel text says the great Skur. Stercorarius Skur. Something about it makes you feel bitter. That's the great Skur, right?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the door where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Again with that insubordinate tone. Pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. The stuffed bird. What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my body? He pretends not to hear you. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
It's very animated all of a sudden. Seems like a touchy subject. You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did the Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
There's something there and it's not good. That's all you know for now. Okay. What haben wir hier denn? Menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it. Water cooler, large bubble is rising to the surface. Healing item. Soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Door is bolted. A sign reads kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. Inside you catch a glimpse of union paraphernalia. Okay. Sign reads mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open 1600. That royal pinball machine is unplugged.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. Okay. Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer. Hold on, who is he to me? He's your half-brother. What? Okay. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Low. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. It's so cool. Horrific necktie. You instinctively run your hand over your patterned orange tie. The sensation of wrinkled silk somehow makes the name sound even cooler. More classy. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name, and you're one classy cop. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
He doesn't even process what you just said, just moves on.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
There must be some kind of a misunderstanding. You're taking me for someone else.
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
Taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body? I don't like dead bodies.
Sure, but did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
It's the first time you detect a wariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What if I told you I'm not really a police officer? We all feel that way sometimes. There's no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there's a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. He concludes, but first we have to take it down. How can you be so sure I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia on the citizens militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I am going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Inspectorate General? Internal Affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigation. You said insignia, these white rectangles, you mean? Point to your sleeve? Yes. But they're just white rectangles. They're not just white rectangles, they bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Ravager West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. But shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean you don't have a badge? It was not on me when I woke up. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. But I can't remember anything. Looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you're still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there's a general store nearby, but as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. What were we supposed to do again? Talk to the manager, then we go out back and take the body down. Let's roll. After you, officer. Tutorial agent. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
She looks at the lieutenant. The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie? Does that mean you like me?
You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley crew? Hire her on the spot! How'd you like to roll with me? Her eyes lighten up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my! She sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I know, but there are also side mysteries. Sequence killers and forays into the paranatural. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but... She looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place. You see, I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time? You seem to be in a chair. Yes, dear, I'm a paraplegic. Could I become a paraplegic? I hope not, although the work you are doing for all of us is quite dangerous. Her eyes glimmer with admiration as she looks up at you. Towering over her in your insignia, you make her feel safe. Someone has to do it. But not you. You're volunteering, so thank you, sweetie. What's a paraplegic? It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say. Were you a rugby player? Oh no, far from it, although Her eyes glimmer mischievously. I did come out to watch the boys play when I was in school. All those tan calves. She blushes, surprised by her own boldness. What did you do then? I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Let's move on. No problem, she nods, smiling up at you from behind her glasses. There's no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing, or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox, but surely things can't be that bad. She won't judge you no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my! It takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? The Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys. That's right. And where's the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? In Revacol? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revacol. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revacol. What kind of place is this? Her grey eyes widen. How would I even begin to tell you? Revacol is the most beautiful city in the world. We are fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revacol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? It's the spring of 51. Whoa. What? Kind green ape pen. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Whoa. Oh. What? Ich habe keine Ahnung, was die Cool da hier macht. I can tell that this is texting for you. So I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Okay. Kind of democracy. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletarian. Leaders are fierce warriors. Governed by intelligent machines. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality. Concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revacol is a special administrative region, led by an elite alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy. She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you. If there's no government, how come there are cops? Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revacol, not in the traditional sense. Status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged. So how did I do? You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It doesn't look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and it does look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and places. Reality in a word. It's very odd. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. What is the revolution you mentioned? A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things, and how can I help you? Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask. She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. Of course, she turns to you. Then I don't know, someone rich maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central. I've gotta get going now. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. She gives you a small wave. Was liegt denn sonst noch hier rum? Bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful dark liquor is spilling out. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Pretty long, it's drink o'clock. Attaboy, it's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there. Not thinking about drinking all the that time. It was like you weren't yourself. I've been secretly thinking about it all this time. There he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the counter. Do it. It'll be wild. Lick it. Don't lick it. Lick it, but only a little. Lick it. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. Then out of the window again. What are you doing? He asks, without turning his eyes from the street outside. I'm an alcoholic. I need to get my hit. We should move. You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol in your nostrils was beautiful. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Pick up the pills. Magnesium. A man does not mind, you probably need them more than he does. You've just picked up medicine. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Click on the plus icon to heal your morale if you have morale damage. Okay. Lieutenant, who is this? No idea. Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns and operates the harbor. But why is he sleeping during the day? Possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor. There's not much to do aside from drinking and sleeping. Inspect the piece of plastic on his carabiner. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Steal the dock worker's ID. Yes! Fingers find the way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID in a leather-bound pocketbook. And the man? The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. Are you positive that what you're doing here is proper police conduct? You can still leave and do nothing. Does the lieutenant see me? No, he's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully. Steal the document. Slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Swipe through the pocketbook and take what's inside. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. Or real. It feels nice and greasy. You don't really know what it's for, but you get this feeling. You get the feeling notes like these are super important. You should keep it. Okay. Sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. You're not 100% clear what you did here was right, but to hell with it. Aufwachen? Nope. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. Summer door closed for the winter. Okay, und dann können wir noch mit dem labern. Kim jetzt dabei ist. Aber machen wir dann beim nächsten Mal. Jetzt muss ich nur noch gucken, wie ich abspeichern kann. Naja. Save Game. Okay. Sehr viel gelese. So. Aber ja. Auf jeden Fall sehr, sehr charmantes Spiel. Und ja. Mal gucken, wie es weitergeht dann.